We have team coverage tonight, including News 3's Theo Keith, with more on the race between Senator Luther Olson and Representative Fred Clark.
But first, political reporter Jessica Arp has all the details on what you need to know about tomorrow's recall elections.
Well, unprecedented elections and wild amounts of spending have set voters on election alert. We've been getting emails to our newsroom with questions like, I live in Stoughton, where do I vote? Exactly who needs to win for things to change? So just hours before the polls open, let's try to clear things up.
Sure that people get the word and go to the polls on Tuesday.
We're going to be out there reminding people that Tuesday is the election day.
Most of us knew it was coming. TV airwaves have been swamped with ads for weeks.
But Senator Luther Olson actually voted against protecting our water from
trying to swing voters one way or the other.
Tell Fred Clark our veterans should come first.
But just because you've seen ads doesn't mean you get to cast a recall election vote.
It's very confusing to voters because the districts holding recall elections are scattered around the state.
In the Madison area, the only recall election being held is in the 14th Senate District. Republican Senator Luther Olson facing Democratic Representative Fred Clark. And unless you live there, you don't get a choice. Zoom out to the statewide picture and you'll see 8 total recall election races affecting about 1.3 million voters. But the outcome of these elections could affect the entire state. If Democrats flip 3 seats, they take control of the Wisconsin State Senate.
Never has so much money been spent on so few voters. We've already broken all the records for spending, but we really have races in only 8 state Senate districts right now. And so the amount of money is tremendous.
So will that money get voters to turn out as the candidates are hoping it will? And will both parties manage to get out their base?
I think the best guess is we will see turnout on a par with the Supreme Court race, which itself set records. Whether it goes beyond that to approach the turnout in last year's governor's race, I think remains to be seen.
Now, turnout numbers in some areas of the state based on early voting numbers indicate turnout as high as the November governor's race, which was about 50%. And remember, what happens tomorrow could change things for next week. If the Democrats do gain 3 seats in these elections tomorrow, that will put pressure on Republicans to try and flip one of 2 Democrats who are up for recall next Tuesday. We should also note there is an uncontested special election race in Madison tomorrow for the 48th Assembly District, so folks there should vote, but no recall elections in the Madison area, just in that 14th Senate District.
All right, Jessica Arp reporting from the newsroom. Thanks, Jess.